Hola a todos. Hoy vamos a ver otra clase de práctica para ir practicando nuestra pronunciación, nuestra fluidez y para ir entrenando el cerebro para ir formando las oraciones a medida que hablamos. So today we'll have another practice lesson so we can train our hearing, train our fluency, our pronunciation, and also train our mind, our brain to start building the sentences as we speak, ¿ok? Bien, voy a ir planteando las preguntas o las frases en inglés y ustedes deben pensarlas en español antes que yo las escriba. So I will be asking you how to say something in Spanish or how to ask or how to answer something, and you have to try to build the sentence before I write it down, okay? So I'll give you some few seconds. Si es necesario, pueden pausar el video. If it's necessary, you can pause the video so you can take your time to think how to build the sentence, okay? Bien, vamos a preguntar en español. Let's ask in Spanish. What would you like to eat? What would you like to eat? Aquí fíjense que en esta oración el tiempo verbal es el tiempo condicional. Note that in this question we are using the conditional tense. What would you like to eat? And remember that in Spanish we do not need an auxiliary verb to build the conditional tense, okay? Bien, entonces es condicional y utilizamos el verbo gustar, the verb to like, el verbo gustar. What would you like to eat? Primero abrimos el signo de interrogación. We open first the question mark. What is qué? ¿Qué te gustaría comer? ¿Qué te gustaría comer? Literally, what would you like to eat? Right? Comer is to eat. Te, right? Te means to you. What would you like to eat? We would say. Te gustaría would be the conditional conjugation, right? All the conditionals and have this ending, right? In Spanish. Ia, gustaría. Te gustaría, you would like. Me gustaría, I would like. Nos gustaría, we would like. Les gustaría, they would like, okay? ¿Qué te gustaría comer? What would you like to eat? Bien, ahora vamos a preguntar. Now let's ask. What would you like to drink? What would you like to drink? Entonces se mantiene la misma frase, pero cambia el verbo al final, ¿verdad? ¿Qué te gustaría beber? ¿Ok? ¿Qué te gustaría beber? What would you like to drink? We can rephrase this sentence to ask the same thing in a different way, ¿ok? Podemos reestructurar o modificar la frase para preguntar lo mismo de una manera diferente. For example, por ejemplo, what do you want to eat? Instead of asking, what would you like to eat? What do you want to eat? Right? So in Spanish, how would we ask? What do you want to eat? The verb to want in Spanish is querer, okay? It is a modal verb, right? And it is in present tense, right? Not in conditional, present tense. Ahora vamos a formular la pregunta en tiempo presente y utilizando el verbo querer. What do you want to eat? Again, ¿qué means what? ¿Qué quieres comer? ¿Qué quieres comer? What do you want to eat? Remember, we do not need the auxiliary verb to do in Spanish for a question, okay? So we just use the verb to want conjugated in present tense for the second person of the singular, for you, for the you person, right? What do you want to eat? Comer is to eat. Or, what do you want to drink? Beber. ¿Qué quieres comer? Or, ¿qué quieres beber? Ahora, si yo quiero preguntar lo mismo, pero quiero preguntar lo mismo a ustedes, a varias personas. I want to ask the same thing, but instead of asking to you singular, I want to ask to a group of people, to you plural, okay? So, what would we change here? Remember, we have two ways of addressing you plural in Spanish. The Spanish, with the way used in Spain, with vosotros, right? And the form used in Latin America with ustedes, right? You plural, vosotros for Spain, ustedes for Latin America. So let's practice with both of them. Practiquemos cómo reformular la pregunta utilizando vosotros y ustedes. Lo único que va a cambiar aquí es el verbo. This is the only thing that will change here. I want to ask, instead of asking what will you eat or drink, addressed to one person, you, I want to address it to many people, to you plural. This will be, if I'm in Spain and I want to speak like the Spanish do, I will ask, ¿qué queréis comer? Comer or beber, right? To eat or to drink. And if I want to ask the Latin American way, would be ¿qué quieren comer or beber, right? So, ¿qué queréis comer or qué quieren comer? We can choose to include, if we want, the subject pronoun, right? Vosotros, in this case, or ustedes. Así que podemos decir, ¿qué queréis vosotros comer? Or, ¿qué quieren ustedes comer? Right? But we do not need actually to include the subject pronoun in Spanish. Why? Because the conjugated verb always carries implicitly the subject pronoun. That's why we usually simply say ¿qué queréis comer? Or ¿qué quieren comer? Right? Omitting de vosotros and de ustedes. Right? Bien, ahora vamos a pensar en las respuestas. Alguna respuesta válida. Now let's think how to reply, okay? Let's say, today I would like to eat some meat, right? Today I would like to eat some meat in Spanish. Let's begin, as usual, when we have a time word, right? Temporal word, like today, that we can, and we usually put it at the beginning of the sentence, okay? So today in Spanish is hoy. Hoy. Today I would like to eat some meat. Remember, in Spanish, when we do not say the word some, right? When we want to say something in Spanish, we simply do not include the article, right? So in Spanish, when we do not put the article before the noun, then that is like saying some in English, right? So today I would like to eat some meat. Hoy me gustaría. This means I would like, right? This is the this here is the conditional conjugation, right, of the verb to like. Me gustaría, this means to me, that I would like, okay? Hoy me gustaría comer, to eat, some meat. I told you that we do not use the word some. To transmit the idea of some in Spanish, we simply do not add the article. So we just write the word carne, that means meat. Hoy me gustaría comer carne. Today I would like to eat some meat, right? Or if we want to say a bit of meat, we would say un poco de carne, right? Or a lot of meat, or mucha carne. But if we simply want to say some meat, we say carne without any article, okay? Hoy me gustaría comer carne. Today I would like to eat some meat. Or I'd like to have some meat, right? Now, ahora vamos a decir, ¿qué queremos beber? I want to have some wine. I want to have some wine, or I want to drink some wine, okay? In Spanish we do not say to have. In English it's correct to say I'd like to have some to drink or to eat, right? In Spanish we either say to eat or to drink. So I'd like to drink some wine. Me gustaría, for I'd like to, beber, to drink. The word for wine is vino. Me gustaría beber vino. I'd like to drink some wine. Again, some wine. Why do I translate this as some wine? Because we have no article here. And we don't have any reference to a little, a lot, plenty, whatever. Just, we simply have the verb and the noun without any measure word in between and without an article. That means that this means some wine, right? Me gustaría beber vino. I'd like to drink some wine. Now let's rephrase this saying actually, I want to drink some wine. Vamos a replantear, to rephrase. Vamos a replantear la misma oración. Let's rephrase the same sentence. I want to drink some wine. I want, the verb to want is the verb querer. Conjugated for I, quiero beber vino. Quiero beber vino. I want to drink some wine, right? Now, instead of saying some wine, let's say a bit of wine, or a little bit of wine, or a little wine, okay? Then we will say, quiero beber un poco de vino. I want to drink a bit of wine, right? In English it sounds awkward to say a bit of wine, right? Or a little bit of wine, or a little wine, right? In Spanish it is okay. It sounds normal to say that, okay? In English we would simply say a glass of wine. In Spanish we can also say a glass of wine. We would say una copa de vino, okay? Quiero beber una copa de vino. I want to drink a glass of wine. The word literally for glass in English is vaso, a drinking glass, okay? But the word vaso means glass for water, right? The glass for water or for soda or Coca-Cola, that is vaso. The glass of wine, right, the one that has the thin stem and the base, that in Spanish we call copa, okay? Okay, it's that kind of chalice glass. So we do not say un vaso de vino. right? Because wine is not drunk in a vaso, that is for water. We drink wine in una copa de vino. Okay? Bien, ¿cómo decimos en español? How do we say in Spanish? I'm not so hungry. I'm not so hungry would be, remember that hungry, in Spanish we usually do not say I am hungry or I am thirsty. We say I have hunger or I have thirst, right? So I'm not so hungry in Spanish would be I don't have so much hunger, right? No tengo tanta hambre. No tengo tanta hambre. I do not have, tener means is the verb to have. I do not have so much hunger, right? So much hunger. Tanta is feminine for so much. If for masculine would be tanto or tan. Actually would be tan, sorry. I'll show you now. No tengo tanta hambre. I'm not so hungry. Now let's say I'm not so thirsty. No tengo tanta sed. Okay? No tengo tanta sed. I'm not so thirsty. I don't have so much money. I don't have so much money. It's very similar to this. We just need to change the noun, right? The object. Instead of being hunger or thirst, it is money. I don't have so much money. The word for money in Spanish is dinero. Dinero. It comes from the word dinar. You remember the ancient Persian currency, right? Dinars. Yes? The word dinero comes from dinar. I guess it's because the Moors had been in Spain for a very long time during the Middle Ages. So many Spanish words come from Arabic. Okay. No tengo tanto dinero, we would say. I don't have so much money. No tengo tanto dinero. Dinero, right? Since dinero is masculine noun, then we say tanto instead of tanta. Okay? No tengo tanta hambre, I'm not so hungry. No tengo tanta sed, I'm not so thirsty, or I don't have so much thirst. And no tengo tanto dinero, I don't have so much money. Okay? Now, you can see how so much in Spanish we say tanta or tanto, depending whether the noun is feminine or masculine. Now, let's say so much followed by an adjective. Let's say so, actually, instead of so much. The word for so in Spanish is tan. Instead of tanto or tanta, it is tan. Like this. Example, let's say, don't go so fast. Don't go so fast. It's an imperative sentence, right? No vayas, the imperative for the verb to go in Spanish, the verb ir. No vayas tan rápido. No vayas tan rápido. Don't go so fast. So you can see how so much is tanta for feminine or tanto for masculine. And the word so for an adjective is tan here. T-A-N or T-A